Hey everyone, I'm Sarah, and I've been teaching English and working in corporate environments for over 10 years. I've seen it all when it comes to office party disasters.
And I'm Johnny. I'm a native English speaker from California, and I've worked in business consulting across 3 continents. Trust me, I've made every office party mistake in the book, so I'm here to save you from the embarrassment.
Welcome to Native Speakers. Today, we're diving into something that makes even native speakers nervous: office party small talk.
Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Let's get started. Part 1. The Arrival Disaster.
All right, Johnny, let's set the scene. It's Friday evening, 6 p.m., and you've just arrived at your company's holiday party. The room is full of colleagues, managers, and even the CEO. What's the first thing you should not say?
Okay, so picture this. I walk in, see my colleague Mike, and I say, "Hey Mike, finally we can drink on the company's dime. Let's get wasted."
Oh no, that's mistake number one right there. Johnny, why is that so terrible?
Well, first of all, "let's get wasted" is extremely informal slang. Wasted means extremely drunk, and while you might say this to your college friends, you should never say it at a work event. Even if it's a party, it's still a professional environment.
Exactly. Let me show you a better approach. Instead, you could say, "Hey Mike, great to see you. It's nice to relax a bit after such a busy week. How have you been?"
See the difference? You're still being friendly and casual, but you're maintaining professionalism. You're acknowledging that it's a social event, nice to relax, but you're not suggesting anything inappropriate.
Now, let me ask you something, Johnny. What about greeting your boss? That's always tricky, right?
Oh man, yes. So here's a common mistake. Someone sees their boss and says, "Hi Janet, wow, you actually showed up. I thought you'd be too busy or too important to come to our little party."
Yikes! What's wrong with that?
Several things. First, saying "you actually showed up" sounds surprised and slightly insulting, like you're implying they don't care about their team. Second, "too important" sounds sarcastic, even if you don't mean it that way. And calling it "our little party" sounds diminishing and unprofessional.
Perfect analysis. Here's a much better version. Hi, Janet. It's wonderful to see you here. Thank you for taking the time to celebrate with the team. We really appreciate it.
Now that shows respect, gratitude, and professionalism. You're acknowledging their position without being overly formal or accidentally insulting.
Let's practice another arrival scenario. Imagine you're late to the party. What should you not say when you arrive?
Oh, I know this one. Don't say, "Sorry I'm late, traffic was absolutely horrible, and then I couldn't find parking, and my dog was sick, and I had to change my outfit 3 times."
Exactly. That's too much information, or as we call it in English, TMI. When you over-explain why you're late, it sounds like you're making excuses, and it makes people uncomfortable.
Instead, simply say, "Hi everyone, sorry I'm a bit late. Great to be here. This looks wonderful."
Short, polite, and you're immediately shifting the focus to the event itself, not your personal drama. That's the key.
Part 2. The Conversation Minefield.
All right, Johnny, we've arrived successfully. Now we need to actually talk to people. This is where things get really tricky.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about controversial topics. Johnny, give me an example of something you should absolutely avoid discussing at an office party.
Okay, here is a classic mistake. You're standing at the buffet table and you turn to someone and say, "So, did you hear about the election results? I can't believe those idiots voted for that politician. Anyone who supports that party is completely crazy."
Stop right there. What are the problems with this?
Well, first, politics is one of the biggest taboo topics at office events. You have no idea what your colleagues' political beliefs are, and by calling people idiots and crazy, you're potentially insulting half the room.
Absolutely. Religion and politics are the 2 big ones to avoid, but there are others too. What about money?
Oh, yes, here's another mistake. Hey, Sarah, I heard you got a raise last month. How much are they paying you now? I only got 3%, which I think is totally unfair because I work way harder than most people here.
Wow, that's so uncomfortable on so many levels. First, you never ask someone directly about their salary. That's considered extremely rude and invasive in English-speaking workplace cultures. Second, complaining about your raise and comparing yourself to others makes you sound entitled and negative.
Exactly. Money is a private matter. If someone wants to share that information with you, they will, but you should never ask directly. Now, let's talk about another big mistake: gossip. Johnny, show me what not to do.
All right, here we go. Sarah, come here. You won't believe what I heard about Mark in accounting. Apparently, he's having an affair with someone from the sales team, and his wife has no idea. Can you believe it?
Oh my goodness, this is terrible for so many reasons. First, spreading rumors and personal information about colleagues is unprofessional and can actually get you in serious trouble. It can be considered harassment or creating a hostile work environment.
Right. And even if the information is true, which it often isn't, sharing it makes you look untrustworthy. Your colleagues will think, if Johnny gossips about Mark, he'll definitely gossip about me, too.
Exactly. Office parties are not the place for gossip. If someone tries to gossip with you, here's what you can say. Oh, I don't really know much about Mark's personal life. Hey, have you tried the shrimp? It's delicious.
See what Sarah did there? She politely deflected the gossip and changed the subject to something neutral, the food. That's a great technique.
Part 3. Compliments Gone Wrong. Now, Johnny, let's talk about compliments. Giving compliments is great for building relationships, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do it.
Oh, this is important. Let me show you a really bad example. Wow, Jennifer, you look amazing tonight. You should dress like this more often instead of those boring outfits you usually wear to the office. Have you lost weight? You look so much better.
Cringing. Oh, no, no, no. Where do we even start with this one?
First problem. Commenting on someone's body or weight is inappropriate in a professional setting. It can make people extremely uncomfortable and could even be considered harassment.
Right. And saying their usual outfits are boring is actually an insult disguised as a compliment. We call these backhanded compliments. They sound nice at first, but they contain a hidden criticism.
So what should you say if you want to compliment a colleague?
Keep it simple and professional. Jennifer, that's a lovely color on you. Or, Jennifer, you look very nice this evening. Then immediately move on to another topic. Don't dwell on appearance.
Here's another dangerous area, complimenting the opposite gender. If you're a man complimenting a woman or vice versa, you need to be extra careful to keep it appropriate.
Yes. For example, don't say, Sarah, you look so hot tonight. That dress really shows off your figure. Your husband is a lucky man.
That's completely inappropriate. It's too personal, too focused on physical appearance, and bringing up her husband is weird.
Instead, a professional compliment would be, that's a nice outfit, Sarah. Or simply, you look very professional. Keep it brief and neutral.
Now, compliments aren't just about appearance. You can compliment people's work, too, but even that can go wrong. Don't say, wow, John, your presentation last week was actually pretty good. I'm surprised because your presentations are usually so boring and hard to follow.
Again, with the backhanded compliment, you're insulting them while trying to praise them. Just say, John, your presentation last week was excellent. I really appreciated how clearly you explained the data.
Part 4. The Alcohol Trap. All right, Sarah, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, alcohol. Many office parties serve alcohol, and this is where things can go really wrong really fast.
Oh, yes. Let's start with what not to say when someone offers you a drink. Don't say, yeah, give me the strongest thing you've got. I need to forget about this terrible week and my awful boss.
Wow, that's a disaster. First, you're indicating you want to drink heavily, which is unprofessional. Second, you're complaining about work and your boss at a work event. Your boss might even hear you.
Exactly. If you want to drink, simply say, "I'll have a glass of wine, please," or "A beer would be great, thanks." Keep it simple and moderate.
Now, what if you don't drink alcohol? This can be awkward because some people feel pressured to drink at parties.
Right. Here's what not to say. "No thanks, I don't drink. Alcohol is poison, and I can't believe you're all destroying your bodies with that stuff."
Yeah, don't judge other people's choices, and definitely don't give them a lecture about health at a party.
Instead, simply say, "I'll have a sparkling water, please," or "I'll stick with soda tonight, thanks." You don't need to explain or justify your choice. If someone pressures you, just say, "I'm driving tonight," or "I have an early morning tomorrow." Those are perfectly acceptable reasons that end the conversation.
Here's another important point. What if someone else drinks too much? Don't say, "Oh my God, look at Dave. He's completely drunk. He's making such a fool of himself. Let me take a video."
That's terrible. First, taking videos of drunk colleagues and sharing them can be considered harassment and could get you fired. Second, laughing at someone who's struggling is mean and unprofessional.
If you notice a colleague has had too much to drink, the kind thing to do is quietly help them. You might say to them privately, "Hey Dave, let me call you a ride home," or mention it discreetly to their close friend.
Exactly. Show compassion and protect their dignity. They'll remember your kindness later.
Part 5. Food and Eating Etiquette. Shara, let's talk about food. Office parties usually have food, and there are definitely things you shouldn't say or do.
Oh, yes. Here's a common mistake. "Wow, this food is terrible. Who catered this event? It tastes like cardboard. For how much money this company makes, you'd think they could afford better food."
That's so rude. Even if the food isn't great, complaining loudly about it is unprofessional. Someone at your company planned this event and chose that caterer. You're insulting their judgment and effort.
Right. If someone asks you about the food, you can be diplomatic. "It's nice," or "The variety is good." You don't have to lie and say it's amazing, but you don't have to be harsh either.
Here's another mistake: eating behavior. Don't be the person who rushes to the buffet, piles their plate ridiculously high, and then goes for seconds and thirds before everyone has had a chance to eat.
Yes, and don't talk with your mouth full, don't make loud eating noises, and please don't say, "Oh my God, I'm eating so much. I'm going to hate myself tomorrow. This is going straight to my thighs."
Why is that bad?
Because it makes everyone around you uncomfortable. They don't need to hear about your body image issues or your diet concerns. Just enjoy the food in moderation and keep those thoughts to yourself.
Also, be careful about dietary restrictions. Don't say, "You're a vegetarian? That's so weird. How do you survive without meat? I could never do that."
Exactly. People have different dietary choices for health, religious, or ethical reasons. Respect those choices without commentary. Just say, "Oh, okay," and move on.
Part 6. Leaving Gracefully. All right, Sarah, we've survived the party so far. Now we need to leave without making any final mistakes.
Yes, this is so important. Here's what not to say. "Well, this party's getting boring. I'm out of here. See ya Monday, losers."
Laughing. Oh no, that's horrible. You're insulting the event, the organizers, and your colleagues all at once.
Right. When you're ready to leave, do it gracefully. First, find the host or organizer and say, "Thank you so much for organizing this. It's been a lovely evening, but I need to head out now."
Perfect. You're showing gratitude and you're being polite. You don't need to explain in detail why you're leaving unless someone specifically asks.
And please don't say, "I have to go because my partner is waiting and they get really angry if I'm late and we have this whole complicated situation."
TMI again. Just say, "I need to get going. Great seeing everyone." Keep it simple.
Now, here's a really important one. Don't leave without saying goodbye to your manager or important colleagues. It might seem easier to just slip out quietly, but it can come across as rude.
Right. Make the effort to find them and say a quick goodbye. It shows respect and professionalism.
And finally, don't post on social media immediately after leaving. Don't say, finally escaped that boring office party, now heading to a real party with my actual friends.
Oh my goodness, yes. Remember, your colleagues might follow you on social media. Even if they don't, word can get back to your workplace. Never post negative comments about work events online.
Part 7. The Monday After. Sarah, let's talk about what happens on Monday morning after the office party. This is where you can either repair any mistakes or make things worse.
Great point. Here's what not to say on Monday morning. Hey everyone, remember Friday night? Oh man, that was crazy. Did you see how drunk Steve got? And did you see Mark trying to hit on the new intern? What a disaster.
Stop right there. You're gossiping again, and you're keeping the focus on negative things that happened. This creates an uncomfortable work environment.
Instead, if people bring up the party, keep it positive. Yes, it was a nice event. It was good to relax with everyone for a bit.
Exactly. And if you made a mistake at the party, maybe you drank too much or said something inappropriate, you need to address it on Monday.
Right. Don't ignore it and hope everyone forgets. If you offended someone, approach them privately and say, I wanted to apologize for my behavior at the party on Friday. I said something inappropriate and I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
That shows maturity and professionalism. People respect someone who can acknowledge their mistakes and apologize sincerely.
Now, what if someone else behaved badly and on Monday they're acting as if nothing happened?
If their behavior affected you directly, for example, they made inappropriate comments to you, you should address it. You might say, "Can we talk for a moment? I wanted to discuss something that happened at the party. When you commented on my appearance, it made me uncomfortable. I'd appreciate it if we could keep our interactions professional."
That's assertive but professional. You're setting boundaries without being aggressive or creating unnecessary drama.
Part 8. Special situations. Sarah, let's cover some special situations that might come up at office parties.
Great idea. First situation. What if you're new to the company and this is your first office party? You barely know anyone.
That's nerve-wracking. Here's what not to say. Hi, I'm new here and I don't know anyone, and I feel really awkward, and I almost didn't come because I thought everyone would ignore me.
That's way too much negative information. You're making others uncomfortable with your anxiety.
Instead, introduce yourself confidently. Hi, I'm Sarah. I just joined the marketing team 2 weeks ago. It's nice to finally meet everyone in a relaxed setting. What department do you work in?
See? You're being friendly, you're showing interest in them, and you're not dumping your anxiety on them. Much better.
Next situation. What if someone asks you a question you don't want to answer? Maybe they ask about your personal life, your relationship status, your plans to have children.
Those are definitely inappropriate work questions, but they sometimes come up at parties when people are relaxed. Don't say, "That's none of your business. Why would you ask me that? That's so rude."
Even though they are being rude, responding aggressively will make you look bad too. Instead, politely deflect. Oh, I prefer to keep my personal life private. Hey, have you been following the new project in the sales department?
Perfect. You set a boundary politely and immediately changed the subject.
Another tricky situation. What if your company's CEO or senior executives are at the party and you want to make a good impression?
Don't do this. "Hi, Mr. Johnson. I'm Johnny from IT. I've been working here for 3 years and I really think I deserve a promotion. Can we talk about my career path? Also, I have this great idea that could save the company millions of dollars."
Laughing. That's so inappropriate. An office party is not the place to pitch your ideas or ask for a promotion. It puts the executive in an awkward position and makes you look unprofessional.
Instead, keep it brief and appropriate. "Hello, Mr. Johnson. I'm Johnny from the IT department. It's an honor to meet you. I hope you're enjoying the party."
Short, respectful, and professional. If the executive wants to continue the conversation, they will. Let them lead.
Part 9. Positive conversation topics. Okay, Sarah, we've talked a lot about what not to say. Let's give our viewers some examples of good conversation topics for office parties.
Excellent idea. Let's practice some safe, engaging small talk. Johnny, let's roleplay. Pretend we just met at the party.
Okay. Hi, I don't think we've met. I'm Johnny from the finance department. How are you enjoying the party?
Hi, Johnny. I'm Sarah from marketing. It's nice to finally put a face to the name. I've seen your emails. The party is lovely. Have you tried the appetizers? They're delicious.
See how natural that was? We introduced ourselves, I asked about the party, Sarah complimented the event, and she brought up a neutral topic, the food.
Exactly. Other safe topics include weekend plans, hobbies, movies or TV shows, local restaurants, holiday plans, travel experiences, pets, or even the weather.
Let's practice another one. Sarah, I heard you have a dog. What kind?
Yes, I have a golden retriever named Max. He's 3 years old and absolutely full of energy. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a cat named Luna. She's much more low maintenance than a dog, though. Does Max like going to the park?
And we could continue this conversation easily. Pets are a wonderful, safe topic that most people enjoy discussing.
Another great topic is asking about someone's role in the company, but in a positive way. Don't say, "So what exactly do you do all day?" That sounds dismissive.
Instead, say, "I'd love to learn more about your role in the engineering department. What's the most interesting project you've worked on recently?"
Perfect. You're showing genuine interest, you're giving them a chance to talk about something they're proud of, and you're keeping it professional.
Part 10. Body language and nonverbal communication. Johnny, we've focused a lot on what to say and not say, but what about body language? That's huge in communication.
Absolutely. Here are some body language mistakes people make at office parties. First, being on your phone constantly. If you're standing there scrolling through social media or texting while someone is trying to talk to you, you look rude and disengaged.
Yes, when someone is speaking to you, make eye contact. Put your phone away and show that you're listening. Nod occasionally, smile, and maintain an open body posture.
What's open body posture?
It means don't cross your arms tightly across your chest. That looks defensive or closed off. Don't turn your body away from the person you're talking to. Face them, keep your arms relaxed at your sides, or hold a drink casually.
Another body language mistake is invading someone's personal space. In English-speaking cultures, especially in professional settings, maintain about an arm's length distance from people when talking.
Right. Don't stand too close, don't touch people unnecessarily, no hugging unless you know them well and they initiate it, and definitely don't put your arm around colleagues or touch their back, shoulders, or arms while talking.
And pay attention to other people's body language. If someone keeps looking around the room, checking their watch, or taking steps backward while you're talking, they're signaling that they want to end the conversation.
Exactly. If you notice these signs, wrap up your conversation gracefully. Well, I won't keep you. It was great chatting. Enjoy the rest of the party.
This gives them an easy exit without making things awkward.
Wow, Johnny, we covered so much today. Let's summarize the key points for our viewers.
Absolutely. First and most important, an office party is still a work event. Stay professional even while being friendly and relaxed.
Second, avoid controversial topics like politics, religion, money, and gossip. Stick to neutral, positive conversation topics like hobbies, pets, travel, and entertainment.
Third, be careful with alcohol. Drink in moderation if you drink at all, and never pressure others to drink or judge their choices.
Fourth, give appropriate compliments that focus on professional attributes, not physical appearance. Avoid backhanded compliments entirely.
Fifth, watch your body language. Make eye contact. Maintain appropriate distance. Stay off your phone, and be aware of social cues.
Sixth, When in doubt, keep it short and simple. You don't need to over-explain, overshare, or fill every silence with words.
7th, show gratitude to the organizers. Be kind to your colleagues and leave gracefully. Follow up on Monday with positive energy.
And finally, remember that the goal of an office party is to build positive relationships with your colleagues in a relaxed setting. It's an opportunity to show different sides of your personality while maintaining professional boundaries.
These skills aren't just for office parties, by the way. You can use them at conferences, networking events, client dinners, and any professional social situation.
Exactly. And remember, even native English speakers find these situations challenging sometimes. The key is to be mindful, respectful, and authentic.
If you found this lesson helpful, please subscribe to our Native Speakers channel. We create practical English lessons based on real-life situations that you'll actually encounter.
We have lessons on job interviews, business emails, conference calls, presentations, and so much more. We're here to help you communicate confidently in English.
Drop a comment below telling us about your own office party experiences, good or bad. We'd love to hear your stories and answer your questions.
And if there's a specific situation you'd like us to cover in a future video, let us know. We're always looking for topics that will help you succeed.
Remember, learning English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about understanding cultural norms, social expectations, and communication styles.
That's what makes our Native Speakers channel different. We don't just teach you the language, we teach you how to use it in real life.
So practice these skills before your next office party. Think about conversation topics in advance. Prepare some questions to ask others. And most importantly, relax and be yourself, your professional self.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next lesson.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep speaking English confidently.